We are, okay. Welcome back to Scrumptious Table. As you can see, this is not my husband. Plans have changed wildly in the past 15 minutes. My husband called me. He was running late, but he couldn't get a hold of me because he was in a bad signal spot. So he's on his way home, but he's an hour away. So he won't make it back in time. And I called my mother-in-law, who is actually the one who is going to be our judge for this. She loves Mexican food, and so the plan was to make fajitas and have her judge which one was better. But that whole plan has changed. Her day got busy too, so it's just gonna make it easier for her not to come over here at all. So I am going to be making 2 different kinds of fajitas for you to watch and see which we like better. I have one that is marinated and one that is not. I'm going to put the seasonings directly on the steak, and we're going to see which one is better. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to find a place to put her down. I think she's got this little pad in here, and it makes it a little bit harder without my husband here because we might be able to kind of tag team the kids. I've got one sleeping and I've got one in my bedroom watching a show, but I imagine it could get pretty crazy in here pretty quickly. So that's just part of life. It's part of a mom's life with 3 kids and a husband. Life gets crazy and you just kind of got to roll with it. So we're still going to get a live stream out today. We're still going to hopefully have fun, but it's not going to be a cook-off. So I hope nobody's too disappointed about that. Let's go ahead. Oh, what? Oh dear. Oh dear. What's wrong, honey? I just fed her and gave her a new diaper, so hopefully she'll be content for at least a little bit. We're going to use just Betty Said Can't Wait. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and chop up the vegetables first because I don't think these steaks are going to take very long to cook. Speaking of the steaks, I have one that's marinated and I have one that is not, and we're gonna set these out right now so that they can go up to room temperature and be a little bit faster to cook. So I'm going to cut up 3 bell peppers. I think that'll be enough for the whole meal. I don't think we'll need more than 3. I bought a whole nother pack just in case my husband wanted to do 3 as well, but we won't need them, so I think I will just save those for a different meal this week. All right, make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think so. Okay, let's go ahead and chop these up. I just went to the store yesterday, I think, and so my whole house has food restocked everywhere, and I'm loving this area, the way that it looks with the fresh fruit and tomatoes and onions. I feel like it looks just full and ready to be used. Always fun to have everything that you need right at your fingertips. Usually right before I go to the store again, I have so many things on my list and I need so many things, and so the kitchen is pretty bare, but I love the look of all these fresh things out on the counter and in my pantry as well. speaking of my pantry, my next video is going to be a pantry makeover. So if you're watching right now, you get a big old hint. I have been wanting to redo some things in my pantry for a while, and it kind of just needs completely stripped and cleaned and reorganized. So that is what my next video is going to be about. I am super excited about it. I love looking at all the Pinterest organized pantries. I don't know that that would ever happen in real life because that is just feels so high to attain. I don't think my pantry would ever look that good, but I would like it to look a little bit better, and so we'll be doing that soon, just so you know. I don't know why I just did that. I tell you what, I'm going to save these for the soup that I'm making tomorrow, and I'm gonna actually cut these into strips. I was not supposed to be dicing them. I don't know, my brain is just not on yet, I guess. Hopefully it will turn on soon. Hi Izzy, are you all done with your show? What's wrong? Milky, sure. Let's get you some Milky. Let's see here. Can you say please? Please. Good job. If it'll keep her occupied for a few minutes, I'm happy to give her more milk. Hey, baby, it's okay. I know you're bored. You want mommy to just play with you all day, huh? Here you go. That's good stuff, huh? All right. Let's get the rest of this chopped up. I hope I didn't miss anything. I don't think so. Nope. All right. I know this is taking me forever. I am not the fastest chopper. And they're supposed to be super thinly cut so that they cook really fast. So that's contributing to the length of time. Are there any fast choppers out there watching? How do you get to the point where you can chop things quickly? Like, I see chefs chop so fast, and I think if I ever tried to do that, I would cut my fingers off. This looks super dangerous. That's probably why I naturally diced them instead of cutting them thinly like this, is because it just feels a little safer. You have a little more room to work with, and that's how I normally cut peppers. I might grab one of those other ones from the other pack that I bought and do an orange one too, or I could just stop with these red and yellow ones. I might do that just so I can get them on faster. And I can always cut up more if we have leftover steak and need more vegetables. Almost done. The soup that I'm going to be making with the diced peppers, that's what they're called. Sorry. I'm going to be making stuffed pepper soup. So I think I'm going to make a short showing you how I make it and stuff. So keep an eye out for that as well. And then the last thing I have to chop up is a yellow onion. This is a very small onion, so I think I might do 2. These onions, they always make me cry. No matter how many onions I've cut in my life or how often I cut them up, they always bring tears to my eyes. It's not fair. I know a lot of people who can cut onions without tearing up at all, and I'm like, how do you do that? You know, with only having, hey! It's okay. It's okay. Izzy, we need to leave her alone, okay? She's too little to play with. Oh, man. Those onions just get me. All right. With only having cut up 2 of the peppers, I think 1 onion might be enough. So I'm just gonna leave it at that and save the other onion for later. Thankfully, I don't need to chop anything else because she is ready to be held. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is season the steak that is not marinated. And then, I think I'll cook that one first, and then I'll cook the one that's marinated. So the spices that my husband had me get out for him are right here. So I'm just going to use those and see how that turns out with the spices that he already gave me. I think what I'll do is just dump this out and pour the seasonings over top, and then I'll mix them around with my hands after I get them all on there. Okay. Get out a spoon. So we have salt. Hold on. I know that looks like a lot of salt, but it'll balance itself out once we mix it together and stuff. I probably should have patted this dry first, but I don't have a lot of hands right now, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Alright, Sissy. I gotta put you down somewhere. You know what I'll do? Since she's quite little, I'm going to move this stuff over, throw this in the trash. I'm going to put her little pad over here so that she can be on the counter and have no fear of little hands squeezing her face. There you go, baby. There you go. You can be on with Mama. Does that sound good? Yeah. Alright. So that is almost all the seasonings. Let me move this camera a little bit. We've also, oh, by the way, that's salt, pepper, chili powder. This is cumin. Onion powder. And garlic powder. My garlic powder has solidified, so maybe I won't use it. I usually buy those big containers of garlic powder, and instead of garlic granules, which I normally get, I got the actual powder, and I guess it just doesn't last as long in powder form. There's a little bit. And it solidifies in that big container before I can use it. All right, I'm gonna put some gloves on and mix this all around. And I will be sure to share the recipe that I am using. I found this, oh, I can't remember his name, but he's a chef on YouTube. Is he? No, ma'am. Thank you. I don't remember his name, but he has a recipe for the marinade, and that's what I used. So I will be sure to share that in the description. I'll have to edit the whole description since this is no longer a cook-off video. I'm just trying to get these pieces of garlic crushed up. But hopefully these will both turn out really good and we won't be able to tell much of a difference. I think the marinated one will be better just because it's likely to be more juicy. But as far as the flavors, I think all the flavors are there on this one. I'm just kind of going in all of the crevices and making sure that we have plenty of seasoning all over this steak. By the way, this is skirt steak. I was looking through and I couldn't really tell which one would be best for fajitas. I don't make them super often, but I am excited to taste them because this smells so good. All right, now we're ready to start cooking. I think that is a pretty fast prep time for a meal. Okay, next I'm gonna get out my pans. I might just use one pan for the whole thing. I think that might be better. You know what? I'm going to cook the marinated one first and let this sit for a minute with those seasonings on it. I'm going to heat this up to about medium high, and I'm going to put oil in the pan. A couple of tablespoons of oil. That's about 3 tablespoons, I think. I remember when I was younger thinking that I couldn't cook. I thought, because I didn't do it very often and I wasn't very confident, I thought, I am not a cook. I can't do this. I'll never be a cook. And then, look at me now. I want to make videos about cooking on YouTube. Although I'm still not a great cook. I'm not like a chef or anything. I do enjoy cooking, and I feel like I've made some yummy things a lot better than I ever imagined that I could do. And so that's really exciting for me. All right, I'm going to let this heat up in the pan because that's what the recipe was. It's got to heat up the oil and the steak at the same time, and then once it's mostly cooked on that side, I'm going to move it around and make sure that it's got brown on all the edges, and then we'll flip it over. So all I have to do is wait on this meat to cook, and I think I might actually cut up this other orange pepper because I think all those colors together would be really pretty. Let's do it. You can never have too many vegetables. If you don't eat them all in this meal, you can save them for a different one. All right. And myself, I am not going to be eating this on a tortilla shell like I normally would. I'll be having it on like a bed of lettuce because I'm still on my diet. So the more veggies I can get on there to help fill me up, the better. Are you singing? You're such a pretty singer. Done. Oh my goodness, I'm scaring myself here. I don't want to chop off the finger. There we go. Alright, this is getting pretty close over here. It's starting to sizzle really good. I'm almost ready to start moving this around and getting it here. Also going to get a separate plate to put it on so that I don't cross-contaminate anything. I don't want it to be around raw meat. This smells so yummy. Gonna move this around for about a minute and make sure that all of the sides get cooked. Almost there. Okay, that's been about a minute. And then look at the bottom. That's getting pretty close. Alright, I'm going to let that sit for just a second longer because I really don't want it to be too pink in the middle, even though a little bit would be fine with me. Goodness, you can't get that to work. Okay. This looks really good. I think fajitas are one of the most underrated quick meals you can make. That looks beautiful. Look at that crust. That looks so good. Smells good too. Alright, we're going to let that sit for a couple minutes, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll move it around the pan on the other side so that it can be cooked on all sides. Well, since this is not a cook-off, I may as well just talk about the things that I plan on doing the rest of this fall. Some of the things I would like to do with my kids are like leaf rubbings, where you take a leaf and you put it underneath a piece of paper and crayon all over it. But I need to get crayons. I only have washable markers because whenever I have crayons, my kids will just eat them. So I have to be very closely watching them. My phone's gonna die, so I gotta grab my charger real quick behind this chair. Whoops. Oh no, now it's stuck. There we go. Hi, Sissy. What you doing? There we go. The leaf rubbings is one craft I want to do. I also thought it would be fun to do like a salt dough ornament craft where we make leaves and pumpkins and different shapes for fall, and then after they're dry, paint them together and do like Mod Podge over the top so that they will last. And then next year I can use those as ornaments on my fall tree, which I haven't done a fall tree this year because I just feel like I don't have enough ornaments and I can't really afford to buy a bunch. So I thought it'd be really fun to make a memory like that together, where we just make the ornaments together and then we can use them every year. So that's something I want to do this fall as well. I also would really like to go to a pumpkin patch. Anybody with little toddlers, give me your advice on going to the pumpkin patch with kids. I don't know if it's worth it to try to do when they're so little, or if we should skip it for a couple years until they're bigger. I got a singer over here. At least she's having fun though. I'd much rather her be singing and happy than crying. Okay. Alright, there's that side. That's a little bit more charred than I wanted it to be, but I think most of the brown on here is just the marinade that got brown. I think there's just a little bit of too black. Oh, I was supposed to turn it down, that's why. I just now remembered. Okay, next I'm going to clean this off, I think, since there's more char in the pan than anything else. Woo. It's okay. It does good. It's okay. It's okay. It was just Mommy trying to clean this pan. I'm sorry I scared you. Alright. Let's go ahead and wash it all the way. It's okay here. Scared me a little bit too. That breeze feels nice. It's been a little bit warm in this house. I've been doing some baking, so the oven has been on and now cooking on the stove, so pretty warm. And it's beautiful weather outside. Beautiful today. We've been outside a couple of times, just enjoying it and letting the girls play and stuff. All right, now that that is cleaned off, may as well dry it out. And then we will add some more oil for the second steak. I'm using avocado oil. You could probably use whatever oil you want. I know olive oil is not technically supposed to be used at a high heat. I have done it before and it hasn't like tasted awful, but it's just technically not supposed to be used in that way. So let's go ahead and get this other steak on here and we will cook it the same way. I already cooled off the pan by washing it out, so we can do the same method of letting it cook for 3 minutes and then moving it around, letting it cook for 3 minutes on the other side, and then moving it around again. That's what the video that I watched recommended. Then after the steaks are done, I'm gonna just leave this seasoning in here as long as I don't burn it again. And I will cook the vegetables in the oil and seasoning that's in the pan already. So, yeah, I think this will turn out really good, and we might actually have enough for leftovers and get to eat it more than once, which is always nice. I love making meals a little bit bigger than we need so that we can have some leftovers for lunch on different days. And sometimes, since I'm on a diet right now, which you'll know if you've been following any of my stuff, I usually tend to cook a little bit separate of a meal for myself. So it's really nice for me to have leftovers that I can just warm up when I'm making a meal that I can't have, like pizza or biscuits and gravy or something like that for my husband and my kids. What do you think? That sounds like a good plan? Yeah. Cutie. I love having you here beside me. Another fall craft that I thought of that I want to do with my kids is apple stamping, where you cut an apple in half and then you dip it in paint and you stamp it onto paper, and then you can write fall 2025 and your kid's name. I thought that looks really cute. I want to enjoy this fall more than I have the past years. I feel like I just got so busy with all the things that I didn't enjoy the fall season. And I feel like I already have been enjoying it so much, just through the foods that I've been cooking and the drinks that I've been making, just incorporating those fall flavors into just every week. Not necessarily every day, but every week there's something fall themed in our house. Hey, you want me to hold you? Which has been really fun. Oh, it's been more than 2 minutes, so I'm going to move this around the fan a little bit. Oh, if you watched my last video, my last live stream, I guess, I was talking about 5 different pumpkin spice recipes, and I mentioned in that video that I probably wouldn't make a pumpkin spice latte every day or very often because there was a lot of steps that go into it, and it seems like a lot of work to do more than once. But joke's on me, y'all. I have made a pumpkin spice latte for myself every day since that last video. So I guess I underestimated how much I was craving the fall flavors. I am ready after a week though to find something new, to find a different flavor for my coffee. So let me know, are there any other fall flavored coffees that I should try? I love trying new things. Alright, I think I'm ready to flip this one. Let's tilt the camera so you can see how it looks on the other side. Oh, nice. Look at that. That looks good. That looks beautiful. Evenly cooked all the way throughout, so that is going to be so yummy. I'm excited. What do you think, kiddo? She's not going to taste it. I feel like there's something else I was wanting to chat about. All the plans that I had for this video were kind of stopped because plans changed so suddenly, so I didn't have any time to prepare anything else. So I can't really remember what came to mind. Oh, one thing that I thought about asking is, would you rather corn tortillas or flour tortillas? We always use flour tortillas because my husband does not like the corn ones. So I'm curious to know, do you feel like there are some things that need to have a corn tortilla? I like, don't think that I'm weird for this, okay? I like taco salad with crushed up Doritos on top. So that's just what I like. I think it's been long enough. I really don't want to burn this, so I'm going to spin this around again and make sure it got cooked on all sides. Okay, I think that's done. I'm going to put it on the same pan as the other one because I think I'll remember which one's which. They look quite different from each other, so. All right, next is the vegetables. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil to these. Those black flecks that you might see are just the little bit of burnt seasonings from the steaks. But I do have this on high so that these will cook fairly quickly. And of course they would cook a lot quicker if I had cut them thinner, but I was too afraid that I was going to cut myself. They are not properly julienned. Julienne, I don't know. Alright, these are pretty close, so I'm going to go ahead and season this with some more salt and pepper. And I forgot to do this before, but I'm going to cut up a lime real quick and squeeze 1/2 of it over the marinated steak, and then the other half I will put over the vegetables. Okay, my daughter's awake, so I'm going to go and get her next after I squeeze this onto this steak. Yep, it's almost done. Do you know what Mama's making?
Yes.
You do? I'm making fajitas. That sound yummy? And look at that. I gotta stir up this vegetables. Make sure that is ready. All right, I think this is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the vegetables so that they don't get overcooked. I want them to be a little bit crunchy. Not like crunchy, but have a little bit of a bite to them. And then we can cut up the steak. Trying to decide if I should. Yeah, I'll probably clean off this board and water. Yes. Here you go, baby. Here you go. You can have Mama's. Okay. This board wiped off. Oh, sweetie. Deal with this baby first. It's okay. Well, her dad is home, so I'm gonna go pass her off. Okay. Now I can cut that up and then it will be done. I'm gonna let the second steak rest a little bit longer. But this first one is ready to get my tongs here. Okay, this one looks so good. It looks like the grains are running this way, so I'm gonna cut it this direction. This way. Oh dear. Don't tell me it's too tough. Maybe my knife just isn't sharp enough. Yeah, it's probably just my knife. Goodness gracious. I think I need to get a sharp knife. Man, I don't think that's fully done. I think I need to put that back on there for a little bit. This piece on the end is done, so I can try this and see how it tastes. The flavors of this one are really good. I just think that the middle of it is not fully cooked. Let me show you a little bit better. I don't know. I'm nervous about it. I think I'm gonna cook it a little bit longer and make sure that it's done, but that's really good. The second one, I'm just gonna push this over and cut a couple pieces of the second one and see if this one's fully done. Oh boy, this one is pretty rare center as well. I don't know about that. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, I'll probably have to just cut this up a little. Oh, this end looks better. This end looks better. but it's so tough to bite through. That's disappointing. Flavors of this one are good too. They're a little bit more mild. And this one doesn't have the lime flavor in it. But it's really good too. And it has plenty of salt, plenty of seasonings, and I'm not missing anything there. I will just cut those up, throw them back on the pan, but I want to taste the vegetables too and make sure that I finish up this video. Okay, you can have the rag or the towel. That's the perfect complement to the flavors that I was just tasting. Just a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of extra seasonings from the bottom of the pan. That's really good. And then the lime squeezed on top, not too much, but it does add a little bit of something to it. I think that's overall a success. I don't think there's any problem with either one flavors wise. I do think the one that was marinated is definitely softer, so that's something to take into account. But I'm so glad that you guys were here to watch with me, and hopefully it wasn't too much of a disappointment that we did not do the cook-off, but maybe someday we will get to that and have that video done. Probably not fajitas since I just made them, but we'll figure out a different one to do. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, I hope that you will if you like this kind of video, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.